Civil War. A free verse prose selection from Sandy Danced. Some say that harp was the band that fiddled that day, which is available at Amazon.com and other fine bookstores. Civil War. Back when I lived in the Almena trailer park, a Christian friend lent me the video, Gods and Generals. He'd laughed when I told him that I'd felt the Lord had shown me as I watched it that America would have another civil war before Jesus returned. I mentioned the same on Facebook several months ago to a brother who lives in Barron, Wisconsin. My feeling was that it would not be a war of North versus South. Race and religion would be involved. Slavery as an issue would be involved, but not as it was in the Civil War, but in the sense of all Americans losing their freedoms. My feeling also was that many would be provoked to take up arms, just so the ungodly powers that be could crush all resistance. During this time, many children of God, both those who know Him, as well as those who only know about Him, but do not really serve Him, will die. But in doing so, they will escape the chaos of the times. However, for those who trust God, for those who will allow Him to defend them, there will be great miracles, places of safety with provision, in the midst of brutal warfare, famine, and fear. While I do not wish to discourage those brethren who decide to bear arms in self-defense during the coming war to establish the one world government, I believe that 99% of the intervention that the Lord promised will be with those who trust the power of the Holy Spirit to work through them rather than carnal weapons. Once again, some are destined for the martyr's crowns, but others are destined for the miraculous preservation. Wayne Thomas O'Connor, November 2012. Once again, this was a selection entitled Civil War from my book Sandy Danced. Some say that harp was the band that fiddled that day. All of my books are available at Amazon.com as paperbacks and in digital form, and by request from other fine bookstores. For those of you who are curious about timing, as presented in this free verse selection that I have shared, I lived in the Almena trailer park near Barron, Wisconsin in the early part of 2000, 2004, 2006, somewhere in there. It was probably early in the year of 2012 that I actually contacted a brother in the Lord named Paul who lives in Barron, and talked to him about my position that I felt that the Lord had shown me in the past that civil war was coming to America. I believe that ethnos versus ethnos is also part of that, but it will be the powers that be stirring things up, stirring the pot, so to speak. Well, thank you for taking the time to listen to my free verse prose selection from my book, Sandy Danced.